Yo, what's going on, LEGO fans? I'm back with a new video, and today I'm showing you the updated LEGO Pier. In my tour video, I showed you the pier and the harbor, and this area in particular was very barren. There wasn't a lot of detail here, and it's very empty as well. So there was basically just a couple of benches and some minifigures walking around, and I wanted to change that because it did not look good at all. So I wanted to update that and give some life to this area of the city. So looking at this area, the two things that stand out the most are these food shacks where you can basically buy food. They're the most colorful parts of this harbor, and they stand out a lot, and they just look really good. One of the things that made the most sense to me was to have a seafood shack because it's right by the ocean. So that is where they basically would catch the food and sell it there fresh. So there is a large squid on the roof, and a couple of signs with octopuses, and it just looks really cool. And then moving along over here, this is the second one. This one is a Chinese inspired shack, so I guess you could get some seafood here as well, but other foods as well, like noodles and kebabs, other types of food, like what it shows on the roof with the signs. And then moving along over here, most of this has stayed unchanged. So you got these two buildings, and I've moved some of the minifigure replacement, including these benches, which are now a little farther apart. But some of the main things that you can see is I've added some street performers into this area. So you can see this guy is playing the guitar. He has a cup to collect some tips, and there's just a whole bunch of people gathering around, including Black Panther. And then same thing along here. We got an empty bench and a guy with a fishing pole, but we also got this guy playing the cello, and some people in the audience include the Green Ninja Lloyd. And then moving along here, we got another street performer, and he's beatboxing for Adidas. So he's wearing an Adidas shoebox, and here's a beatbox. It's a little girl who's listening. And then over here we got a guy with some fishing gear just sitting on the bench. Moving along over here, we got some more details with these two people eating, including Robin. This has stayed the same from my last tour video, including the restaurant, but this part has changed a little. So for my last tour video, this was all open, but I decided I have these vending machines and I want to put them here. And this was a perfect place, which also gives a little more privacy for people who want to, I guess, shower after taking a dip in the water. So that worked out pretty well as well. Moving along over here, all of this has stayed the same, including this old fishing store. But I've decided to add a little more detail to this area. So first of all, I've added this jet ski over here. And this guy is water skiing, and he got the jet ski. All these boats are still the same. Some of these minifigures haven't moved around, and you can just see some of the boats as well. Just looking at some of the details that these boats have, it's just really nice to see. But I want to switch things up. So with most of these boats, they look the same, like a speedboat with the center console, some back seating, and like that fin at the back. So I decided to convert one of those with the pre-existing hull that can float into this fishing vessel. Basically a vessel where people would take it out and catch some fish, and it turned out really well. I used some, if you can just see that, I used some techniques to make the windshield upside down for that authentic fishing vessel look. There is a guide light in the front, and engines on the back as well. Those are the same as for the other boat which I had. And then when you think about a fishing boat, you think about all the clutter, a lot of equipment. So on the sides, we got a whole bunch of equipment, including a hook and gas, walkie-talkies, wrenches, spear guns, fishing poles. This guy over here has a life vest and a fishing pole in his hand. Same thing about the other side as well. You can just see there's some oars, like a broom and flare gun on this side. The main thing about this is the crane that goes from the inside, and that basically can be used to lift some cargo, including boxes with fish or something. There's a chair. Behind this guy, there's like a wrench, screwdriver, helmet if you want to do some diving. And then the roof, I was looking at some source material, and there's a lot of instrumentation on the roof, so I wanted to add some smokestacks, some navigation stuff, a lot of bars and antennas as well, and there is a flag at the top. So this turned out really well. There's no interior, it's too small for interior, but I definitely didn't want to make it a 6 wide because it looked too big, so I decided to make the full cab a 4 wide build. But this turned out really well. I might be upgrading some of these boats in the future. Some of them are kind of lacking, and this one adds some more detail to this area of the Lego city. A lot of detail was put into the city, into this part of the city, and the pier hasn't looked better, hasn't looked this good in a long time. So let me know what you think about this video. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next one.